Hello everybody and welcome back to Anno 1404 to another episode of city building. Now in this episode I want to focus on enlarging the city, so we and we achieved the city metropolis. Well, this is kind of a nice coincidence, right? We are right in front of the last star that we have there, and then we have reached the biggest city status, which would be a cosmopolitan city. But right now we are metropolis. That is pretty cool. That's a lot of honor coming in there as well. That's of course because we reduced the tax slider here for the nobleman, since they get a lot of goods in right now. Also the there it is, the candlesticks and the glasses that are now adding right up to my balance there as well. On that occasion I also took a chance of reducing the taxes for the peasants and for the settlers, not for the citizens though, or the patricians, because that would be a bit too low then. But we want to upgrade more of them, and we want to finally start working on our very first harbor. Now in that case, as we can see, a lot of people want to upgrade already. Up here what I can see though is that some don't. We might just want to have then something like a church in this area too, because these people here would love to pray at some point. So having a church around in this area there makes a lot of sense. We might also, wait a second, have the church like this, right? Because we already have a big church here, taking into account all of these buildings there. And then we just take this church here to take the rest of them. So all of them will be having then a beautiful church access, and as we can see in all its glory, there it's standing. Let's also have some paved roads around my castle. It's just not looking good otherwise. And yeah, as we can see, we do have the place or the plaza right in front of my castle there, but it's not looking so pretty, right? It's very hard to find the right streets that we want. The good thing is that we can just decide. We also have, by the way, now the redstone, so the cobble streets there. I love them as well. Looks particularly nice, but we don't have anything that matches those places there, so we might just get rid of them again. And I'm just going to have, as we can see, a lot of these streets there right next to each other, and we just achieve basically the same thing. Right, so that it does look a bit better. Then we could just have something in the middle later. Alrighty, that's that. The church is there. The only thing that's missing now in this area too is the taverns. So we might just add a tavern then as well for those poor souls here having no beer. It's not a very good day start for the day.
Production has been disrupted.
So there we have it, and in this little space here we might just squeeze in. Oh no, that's not possible. Then this is fine too. Lots of people. Let's upgrade them right away. We can upgrade a lot of them. It's also good to have some citizens in front of the castle and not some peasants. They might start a peasant revolt, and we can't have that. Even though right in front of the castle it might give us a good advantage there of slaughtering every one of them. Right, that's a lot more, and we just continue like that for quite some time here, upgrading those guys. We can afford it, and if we see a shortage of anything, well then we might just, you know, build a few more productions. Down here we also have that same problem, but these guys here are actually full, so they might upgrade at some point now. Thank you very much, so that we can do that. Now we have the harbor. The harbor is not looking very good right now. Plus, it's also getting really busy here, busy here with all the ships docking and going back and forth. There's also someone waiting. Plus, it's not really looking good for such a big city to have an ugly port. Now, what do we need to do first? Before I do any remodeling, we have the storage houses, right? And we have a lot of storage houses here. Before I remodel my harbor, I will need to get rid of them. Yeah, I will need to get rid of them. So I'm going to place them somewhere else. We do have a harbor area over here already, right? So we can have some of these storage houses here, adding a lot of storage there to my city. And then, so that's 30 for each one of them, right? This has 30 tons, this only has 15 tons. So we basically did a good thing there. And as you can see, I didn't lose well, resources there at all. Now I can get rid of that pier here. What we're also going to do is we're going to get rid of all of these towers there. It's just not looking good anymore. Also the repair crane, the outer two towers, that landing pier there, and that's basically it. This guy here is probably wondering right now what the hell has happened, but well, No problem there. Let's send my ships outside, and now we can finally start doing business. First of all, what I would like to have here is a pier. So we're going to add a nice pier there to both sides. And then we're going to have the first landing pier already. Reason for that is, well, these extend my harbor space, right? So if I build this one now, and lo and behold, I can now extend the reach of my harbor by a bit there at least. We're going out here with another pier, and we're doing basically the same thing on the other side. So let's just see. Oh, I cannot actually place this one there. That's interesting, but what I could place here is my harbor monument. Yep, we might just have our monument here, and this one should extend my harbor area there too. Must be built on the coast, right? So as we can see, we can place it in a lot of places. Oh, behind the piers is also a good idea. We could also have it behind it, right in front of these landing piers there. Not a bad idea. Let's enlarge the area.
And let us into your town.
Yes, I
You're
guess.
opening the city
Let's
gates
just do that.
for us? I'll never
And then we
forget you.
continue.
Your actions don't say much for your conscientiousness.
That's not very... We might just have it then here, and this one
Production has been disrupted.
we might just
Salam
place then
alaikum.
like so. And
This
then we
is
have it,
honor
both of
as
them, because I
always.
like symmetry. And in this case, we do want a bit of symmetry at least. Now, this one here is then away a few tiles there. So as we can see, 4 of these tiles there. So I should do the same thing here. And exactly here, I'm going out. Up to this point there as well. Right. So this is basically my beginning. And then we're going inside. Right. I love harbors that go inside. Gives me some protection against the waves out there. And it's going like this. Like this. Righto. This one goes away. And thus we have the basic outline of the harbor. But it's far from finished. Oh, and resource-wise, not a big deal. I'm glad to say that. What we want is we want more of these landing piers. So we can have another one just here. And another one just here. So that's 4 of them. We'll also need some protection. So I'm going to add these defense towers there on either side. Plus also one here. And also one here. Right, so that we have a nicely fortified town. This is not only all of it, we also could have a fort. This is a mod, by the way. So this is not something that you can do in the base game, having a fortification out there. Let's not go ahead of ourselves here. Let's continue. We want to have a repair crane. These repair cranes should be close to these landing piers here, since they repair the ships that are coming in. Right, so I'm going to have one here and one on the other side at the exact same location. I think this one here we need to move there still a bit closer to the landing pier there. Righto. So that we have that here. And as we can see, we have now landing space for 4 of them. If I ever have more ships, I could just have another of these landing piers on the other side here. Right, so they connect. That is pretty cool. So we can just add them here close together, as you can see. And we would then have also a landing pier on the other side if it comes to that. Now, we have still stuff to do. First of all, some of these warehouses there. I love the warehouses. They add a nice flavor to it, especially since people are going to and fro from these warehouses then. And we might just add 2 of them on these sides there. Also now, our monument, the Historic Warehouse Foundation. Where should we have that? Yeah, I like it here the most, gotta say that. There is a good location for my warehouse location. So this is just here then. And as we can see, also the starting needs to build here then. It's a good location there because we also got the repair crane there. We got then here the landing piers so the people can then transport more or less the goods right to them. Here we can continue then with some streets. Oh, and hello, giant peasant. And we might just do this as long as we can to the other side there as well. Oh, this costs. Right, and we will have something else here then in between. So what we can still do is we could have a shipyard like that, or we could just also have some more of these warehouses that I like so much. And boy, I gotta say, it was quite expensive. So it cost us around 30,000 creating all of that. Of course, since the monument cost us the most of it. And as we can see, it's getting really busy here now. I love that with the warehouses you have, then all these people walking around, delivering goods and stuff like that. So it makes a lot of sense every time a ship enters this harbor. And this harbor is quite extensible as well. So we can have lots of extensions here. So for example, as I already shown the pier, we have, we could also place it outside here if I want to, on either side, and we still have lots of harbor area around it that we can still use if I need. But we have 5 landing spots right now. That is quite a lot, and I think this might work for the long term. And look at that, it's looking really cute, right? With the warehouse in the middle. Can we upgrade the warehouse, by the way? No, we cannot do that anymore. So that is the end of it overall. Now another cool thing that I've missed is some ornaments. So let's get rid of these 2 towers there again. And we do have these harbor statues out there. They're looking really cool. I like them a lot. And we can have 2 of them on either side. Or 1 of them on either side. And look at that. Now it's looking like someone is greeting all the ships that are coming into the harbor. But of course we should never, you know, stop with the defense here. So I might just have the towers then right next to them to finish the whole thing. So we have 4 towers here then, and these are the good towers, so that's going to be a lot of damage if anyone tries to attack. We might still do more. We could also, for ornament's sake, add a few warships there to it. I like that especially. So for example here we could have one, only cost me 100, and on the other side is 2 as well, so 2 of them side by side. Why not? They don't fit any other purpose than ornamentation. Having those around it, and perhaps also a flag. That is not a flagship, a proper one at least. That is a good tradesman cog on either side here once again as well, so that it just looks like those ships are permanently anchored here, you know, just in case we do need them. Later on we might just use some real warships then, like those guys here that are just here in the harbor area now too. Even though, wait a second, those ships here, those 3, I will just use to patrol right in front of my main harbor area, so that it's further protection. Now with that out of the way, as we can see, our historic warehouse is now making some progress here. We still have the foundation. As we can see, there are some workers running around, digging dirt up, and at the moment it's consuming wood and tools primarily. This is working at 100% now, so this is the first step, and as we can see here also is that this bar is going up now, and then we still need another step with stone and tools later on. And once this is finished, it provides 300 tons, a whopping 300 tons on top of my storage. And also a permanent bonus to all my ships when it comes to speed and storage as well. Pretty mighty building that is. Let's continue with the upgrades. So we still have lots of peasants there in the city center that I absolutely don't want to have there. We can still upgrade 48 more of them. And of course Hassan is purchasing some cannons here, the pirate. Also over here around my fortress there, and some more. So I absolutely don't want to see any peasants there close to the monuments in the center then, right? Also those guys there. That makes sense. And do we still have something here? Yes, those guys here though, they still need, they need all the amenities that you can ask for. So let's just check that real quick. For the church, we might actually, church. The chapel unfortunately really has a low area there. What the hell. There we have our little pleasure block once again. So it's the chapel and the tavern belonging together, God and beer. And both of them are now praying to that district there as well. So this district wants to upgrade. For some reasons we still have a lot of stone. So it's a good thing. I can upgrade more and more of my, well, dirt roads to some cobblestone streets. To further emphasize that we are indeed a civilized city. All around that. I should not spend too much stone though for all the upgrading that's yet to come. And of course also for my monument. So those streets there should be fine for now. Very good.
It won't be long now.
Now, while we continue with all these things, one thing is that we still need more reputation with the Grand Vizier. So let's take my little patrol that we have there and send them to Rich Northburg. We have 700 honors, so it might be a good idea to just do something there. Oh, and Giovanni is, yeah, he's purchasing shares again. On my islands there, we cannot allow that. Let's rather check. So there he's only got one left. Right, and very important to look out for these messages. You don't want to get an island captured away from you right under your nose, especially if it's something that is so important like this one. Who's attacking me? The Cardinal is attacking Northwind. Northwind is way too fast for that, but we have a few ships there close by. Let's just take down the flagship there. We should also have, yeah, our main fleet, which is down here. There should still be my warships coming in for this one. And then we have this beautiful fleet there. Yes, and the big warship there finished as well. Beautiful.
Thank God the sandstorm has
is gone as well. Where are my medium warships though? There they are, far away from everything. I think there were on a quest there. Doesn't matter. There we take down the flagship from the Cardinal. So finally, he doesn't deserve to have any ships left over there. Let's just take this one down and you will be furious because of that. And the Grand Vizier, once again, a lot of money there. 8,000 purchases, good for me. Pretty cool. Those two are going for some protection. I'm on my way to Richard Northburg, so let's just see what he's got in store there. We can sell those things there right away. Some stone, some basic resources only. And let's get over here. Right, so also Giacomo Garibaldi, 5,000 there. Thank you very much.
like it or not.
And why are they attacking me now? Bandits are attacking. Alright, I mean, I don't mind that much per se. They're attacking, I just don't know why. Let's have, for starters, until I can come up with more. Wait a second, we should have my, yep, there are my large troops. Let's send them over here. They're really close, so it shouldn't take too long.
Ready. On the way.
We're going to send them over there. As you can see, it's under siege now, so those buildings are no longer working for now. I'm going to keep them busy though with our first tower here that I can have. This tower is being attacked then right away, and as we can see, yep, keeps them busy. So it's going to take a while before they can take this tower down. And by then, I've got my two main soldiers ready there. From now on, I think I will just decline these peasants there all the time because they seem rather ungrateful. I gave them access to my city. Let's continue. In the meantime, we still have lots of new patricians to add to the town there as well. By the way, just look up here how good the city is looking from the core outwards then, after a bit of time. I think for those people here, they still need something. They need some security. Also, those guys here need, oh, they need the basics still. We might just give it to them. That would be a church. Yes, we're just going to add a church to this district here altogether. Yeah. Here, because I can still have them more. Nope, I'm declining you this time. By the way, that interval was quite short.
I am very much obliged to you.
Till they ask again. But this time, I'm just going to get rid of them. I'm wrecking them. Let's have one here.
Fires in your settlement are still on the rampage.
A nice little church. And also what we're going to need is another tavern that right in front of the church. As always, God and beer comes together with a beautiful tavern in front of the church there as well. And as we can see, all of them want to upgrade now as well. Let's just do that. By the way, we don't need these churches forever. So once we have the cathedral, we'll be able to get rid of some of these churches, because the cathedral takes care of the religious needs as well. Let's just upgrade there. A few more of them. Beautiful. My taxes are increasing. And yep, there's also another demand from the pirate. He wants 16,000 coin so to keep the peace. Let's do this.
You'll get over it.
Thank you very much for, yeah, I guess protecting me. He's calling it protection money. Let's continue here. There we still have some peasants.
I'd be happy to help.
Looking good. How's the siege looking? My troops, where are they? There they are.
We're standing by.
They're just landing now here, as we can see. and are on the way there to these peasants there that are still occupying my tower. Now, also here, Richard Nordberg, let's sell what we kind of like plundered from the cardinal. And now we can take these here, the princely attention, 250 honor. Unlocking this one costs 200, that's costing me 500, so I can't afford the imperial one, but we can afford noble appreciation and the splendid gift. And with those, I'm going downwards here to the Grand Vizier to further increase my reputation with him, because we need that for what? Well, up here for the spices. The spice farm needs the Grand Vizier's advisory diplomatic rank, which is pretty high, and I think it's the next step then. Alrighty, and then here we also need the guards, the security for this district and for this district, and then we can upgrade more to the patricians and ultimately to the noblemen. A beautiful harbor that we have there, and also our monument is coming along, our first monument that we're going to have, and that's going to boost our city and our ships as well. So this is a global monument. We also want to of course upgrade more people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the guardhouse. I could also go with the debtor's prison now, which just has a far bigger radius, as we can see, taking into account all of these people here, and that's exactly what I want to do. So let's add it here. Oh, wait a second, magistrate. I think this one has even more radius, right? But let's go with the debtor's prison for now. And
two players are at war with one another.
Yes, I guess this is it. There we have it. We can get rid of the road here and have some more peasants in between.
Your decisions are indeed wise.
There we have them. Also have a street connection here, and continue with more of these corner, or well, stones. And by the way, my tools is quite low. Why is it low? Because my major tool production is currently occupied by the peasants. As we can see, my troops have arrived here too. The tower is still fighting. We can now say attack this camp here, and once they have settled, they will do the same thing. And there they're marching. No one, really no one is occupying my tools production, my iron production, my iron smelter here. And as we can see, we're taking it over now, and the chances are pretty good that we actually defeat them. It's just a bunch of peasants, and we have a professional army here. This one here still needs a minute, and there we have them, and let's attack it. Only now were they able to destroy the tower. I don't care about this though, as my second army is now moving towards the camp here as well. No problem whatsoever. Since I do need my units from time to time, we might also build our next military camp. For this, we don't need some provisions again. There we have that. And let's also go with the big provision pack there as well. Just consuming a few of our, well, commodities that we need or we don't need otherwise. Now I can continue with a few more upgrades here. Beautiful. More patricians. That's all that we need right now. Up here. And also to the side there. It's going to hurt my candles production though, which is still not the best in the world, as we can see. We got 6 in store.
Even the venerable council.
Oh, look at that. There's actually a ship waiting. Alright, it's landing now over there again. Yep. All the ports have been busy. Now it can unload the candles there. Let's do it manually. I might actually need some additional landing piers here then soon. Some ports. And as we can see, no problem there. Going down, the peasants. Oh, and also my flagship has arrived down here at the Grand Vizier. We can put in those gifts, and as you can see, that was around 400 honor points, led to a third of the rank there. So we still need to take another turn here. And we also have an inefficient trading route. That's the iron ore, the iron, because at the moment we cannot go with any iron since we don't have any production, thanks to the siege. No problem though. Alright, a bit of tools we have though. Over here we still don't have any upgrades. What I can say is that the only thing that's really missing is security. We do have this magistrate's office there. This one here costs 60 tools though, and 10,000 on the on the wallet. Pretty expensive, but doesn't take that much space. So it might be a good idea to squeeze this one in here somewhere. And with that, we can then have some security here in the city center as well. Probably close to the tavern. We might have it once we have the tools, that is. And building it here so we can upgrade more. And we also have a bigger fire there coming up as well. Let's just add a fire station. And perhaps let's add... Oh, I can't even build a second fire station. That's fine. We do have enough helpers there already. And what I can still do is, well, continue with some streets. Since stone, for some reasons, is no problem. Getting all the stone in here. Guess it's because it's not under siege. Then we have a bit of space that I might use as well. For probably... Yep, another house. Another house. We can't waste any space here. Let's continue here. There we also have some dirt roads. I mean, come on! At some point, we should be out of dirt roads. But it seems like there's always a new dirt road coming up on the horizon. There we got still the green patch here. And attacked. For this green patch, my cider farm. My cider farm is under attack, apparently. I can't see where or how or why, but I guess might be true. How's it looking? Can we finally take them down? And there it's down. The army has been destroyed. My people can go back. Oh, they took actually quite a lot of damage. Look at that.
Nothing can stop us.
Very good. Another military camp is coming out. That we can go with, and yeah, they need to replenish now for a bit. Now, tool-wise though, why is no tools being transported to Sleepy Hollow? I mean, we do have the building materials. I do have a lot of tools ready there. Let's also build another medium trade ship that we're going to need. Money is not a big deal. So once I have the tools, I can build my next building here. Alrighty, there we have the resources. I mean, it's really expensive. And we can squeeze this little building in here right away. Thus, we have the Magistrate's Court as well. And as we can see now, all these people here want to upgrade as well. I'm especially happy about that. There's still someone that, well, needs a bit of believing there, I guess. Let's get rid of that street there. And then we can also squeeze in yet another peasant building here. Let's just see. Those people here don't have faith. Yeah, for the people up here, we still need a little chapel there. That's really cheap, not a big deal. There we have it. Oh, and we also finished the first stage of the warehouse. So we kind of like can see now the outlines of it. Very good. And let's continue with the next construction phase, and that is stone and tools. So now we're going to consume a lot of stones, not only the 20, by the way, that is only what is in store. We need 300 stones, in fact, and 200 tools to make this happen, the next stage of the warehouse. I'm still going to upgrade, even though this is more expensive now than ever. There we still have some. And also this block here, why is that not the case? They want some education there.
No.
Can't make it right for everyone, right?
One of your
These guys here.
No, you can kill. No, you
and there we still have some peasants there. I don't want that in the city center. Yeah, very good, but it's looking really good in that district now too. Getting away from these peasant colors, citizens. Oh, I can still upgrade a bit. I should use, as long as I have my resources, I should upgrade. Perfect. Very good. Oh boy. It's getting really big here. There we still have a few. I can't stop upgrading. That's the problem. One of my biggest weaknesses. That's it. Right, what we can do now is, since we have 3,600, let's increase the taxes there for citizens to the higher level and for the peasants to the highest. so that we are 4,600 on the balance now. Noblemen should have all grown now, so let's increase the taxes there as well. We are at 5,000. And if you might think now that that is too much, certainly not, because as you can see, my opponents are purchasing shares all the time. Monuments cost money, ships cost money, and especially the big imperial cathedral, just the foundation of it cost me 50,000 coin. To reach all of that, we do need more taxes, and my people will provide. Alright, and of course I want to continue upgrading my normal patricians there to noblemen as well. At the moment we got 14 of them who want to upgrade, and since we can afford it, let's just have a few more noblemen here on our way to the last city status that we can reach in this game. So those guys here. Oh, and I think, yeah, we can still upgrade. It's costing us a bit of cluster. We do have a lot of cluster, so that's really not a problem. Problem is that at some point you just don't have.
To be built.
And we also have achieved new buildings, and that is the gold brocade now that we can make, the brocades ropes for the silk weaving mill, but that does require a few additional resources there once again. Not a big deal though. Let's also reduce the taxes for the noblemen so they can grow. Oh, and in Sheepbridge there's also been another purchase. D4Cus. Goodbye. Now I've got all my council seats there again. So money wise, fortunately for us, we are in a pretty decent spot right now. And also more noblemen are coming in. Let's just see how many we have. 4,000 on the marking there. And then it's just the monument before we can go for the imperial cathedral. Now one problem that I have though is that my candles are not lasting very long, so we do need a better production for that. Down here we have our candle production. Let's just see what's wrong with it. So first of all, we are producing a good amount of it, I guess. This one here though does require candles. Brass we have, it seems. Brass shouldn't be the biggest problem here because the brass production is right around the corner, but what I can see is that candles is the biggest problem here. So there we are producing our candles. They require honey and hemp. Both of them, we have a lot of it. So let's increase our candles production. That is something we can do here. And we can just add 2 of them before it's over. And yes, we're definitely going to need more resources on this island there. Lucky us, I do have a ship for that. And as we can see, resources we also have quite a lot in Sleepy Hollow. Let's just get some, yeah, not that many tools perhaps. And wood, I think we need most of it usually. Let's go with the stone this time. Right, so lots of stone there as well. Adding it to Mount Fort where we have our candles production. And perhaps I will just send another medium trade ship then over there as well. We have, by the way, 180,000 coin right now. I'm extremely happy about that, since this makes it possible for us to perhaps purchase an island here and there as well. Let's just see. Oh, we actually have some candles in store right now. 9 patricians want to upgrade to the nobleman.
Can I count
Let's
on
do
you?
this. Oh, he wants 10 tons of candles. Sorry,
This
pal, I
affair
don't
of
have
state
candles
shouldn't be
at the
postponed any
moment.
longer.
I might just do this one later then.
You shall hear from me.
Let's just see where else we could have some noblemen in this beautiful town. There we have a few. And perhaps, how many more? 4 more. These guys here. That's looking good. Right, so quite a lot more. Oh, there's still one more. How many do we have? 4,700 and growing we need. I think it was around 7,500. Yes, 7,500. Still a long way. So first of all, the candles need to flow. That is important. And another cool thing that we have right now is ornaments. So we do have a lot of these little things here. For example, some statue or studio here that we can use. Look at that with, well, I guess someone is painting then the cathedral. A little pavilion that we have. An organ. Pretty cool that we can just place here. I think for this part here, a little well makes a huge difference. Or a fountain there that we have here at the Imperial Cathedral marketplace then. Perhaps in front of it here we might then just have something with these beautiful walls there. Also of course a fountain in the center always makes something. So we have a lot of things that we can do. A gold statue. Can we squeeze that in here somehow in the middle? That would be amazing if we can have this gold statue there. Or Yeah, 2 of them right in front of the cathedral then. I'd rather wait for the cathedral to be placed first, right, before we can do anything here. But let's just see. There we have the organ. We can squeeze it in nicely there. So all these little spots that we have there, we can fill with a few things. If it's trees, it's fine. Some fountains that we have. Some of these beautiful just wells that we can place then on the other side. For example, here as a kind of like separation between the chapel there and our building. And perhaps a stage for something as big as this one here. And there we might have a stage. Or we also have a new building here. So we had the pleasure gardens, if you remember, which is quite big. We also have pleasure gardens too, which is much smaller. And I guess it's like a greenhouse or something similar that we can place, for example, right here, which is then being surrounded by some smaller ornaments that we have. For example, once again, some separation here. And on the other side, perhaps a little well that we can squeeze in there with a few trees. Right, or something in between that we can squeeze in everywhere in this town to make it more beautiful, to also let it stand out. There we have a stage we could have here in the center so people can enjoy a nice concert. There's actually also someone playing right in front of it. I love these details that we have there. Of course, a bit of separation between the drunk and the tavern. Or the drunk and the nobleman, that is, of course. And also here perhaps a nice little fountain there with some roads going towards it. Why not? Details. It's all about the details. There we are now with the resources in Mount Fort. So here I want now to increase my production. Let's just see. One of my ships is getting attacked by the Cardinal once again. Bad idea. That's 3 warships you're attacking there right now, Cardinal. Yeah, and he's fleeing already, but nope. Sorry, pal. By the way, I've also done a nice thing here. My other fleet is waiting at one of his harbors. So let's just be a bit annoying to him, shall we? And attack his main harbor. I love that, because he was the most annoying. He's like the Miss Hunt of Anno 1404, and it's a good thing to also give back a bit of the love that he has shown me in the beginning of the game. And yeah, we got our biggest warships there as well involved, taking down these towers. And as we can see, this is happening quite quickly.
An inferno is destroying your settlement.
Not much he can do about it. Right, and taking down the second one, and then we might actually, put an embargo on his main island there, right? Which is where he's taking his main money from, and this is looking, certainly interesting. 30,000 he wants for the next treaty. We have 200,000. That's fine. Let's pay it. Pay the price, and I will send out this warship there again. Well, we'll still destroy this one here. Easy, I guess, so this is not going to be a problem. This one is getting out there, very good. There it's down, and now we can take down actually the warehouse there. Oh, no. Actually, I think we should go back now, because there we got some other towers in the back. Oh, archers on the wall. Yep. So let's send my ships out there again. But what we can do is we can just patrol right in front of his harbor now. Right, and just take out everything that is kind of like in between. Let's start the patrol there. Alright, some more want upgrades. Let's do this. And 5,000 noblemans. We also get an achievement with that. Pretty cool. Let's upgrade. A few more of them. This guy here still as well. We are 5,100 now.
Taken over one of your shares.
Of my shares? I didn't have a share at the Cardinal's Island. It's costing way too much anyway. 66,000. But I might just check my others. Right, there we have Giovanni, for example, which had a share. This one's still looking fine. Pretty sure that Sleepy Hollow is looking fine. Yes, no problem here. Oh, I love it. We can still upgrade. 2 more there. Oh, and the beggars once again. No pals. You're not going into my town anymore. I've learned.
Well, that is fantastic.
And of course the noblemen are paying me a handsome sum for it. Let's continue here with another market house or warehouse. And then a few more of these candle makers that we can squeeze in there. Because boy, we do need a lot of these candles there, it seems. It's totally fine if we have too many of them and deplete the resources. It's just some basic resources that we are depleting this way. And I might also just get us another workshop and another workshop here. Let's also upgrade the marketplace there. And I think we still have more resources. The only thing that might be lacking is the brass, and that is something we need to have a look at then at the southern island Ashgabat, so we can increase the production there. We still have patricians. Do we have more candles now? Why are there so many who want to upgrade? Yes. I don't complain about that at all. Let's have 3 more here. Those guys there. I like to be very careful about upgrading the highest level, right? So it really should look organic, in my opinion. There we have another one, and I'm pretty sure that I can upgrade this one there as well. Coming into 6,000 noblemen soon. Of course, we have to check our resources from time to time. Peasants is looking fine. The salt is low, so that we should look out for. The rest is looking fine, except the candles, of course. As always. There are still 2 more. This guy here. I love that. How far is the monument? Halfway through. Then we can finish our first monument soon. Let's just check. We're looking fine here, right in front of this harbor. And what has happened actually with... Oh, they chased the flagship all the way down here. Let's collect whatever he had. Perhaps it is good for some honor. We have 300 honor. Let's go back to Richard. With the completion of my monument, I will get a lot of honor in. And then I will be able to purchase, hopefully, the imperial tribute that we need. Right, I really want to unlock the spice farm. Other than that, looking good. Nice harbor. Lots of noblemen. Lots of money coming in. Stay tuned.